if you want to seed too, you have to do that before the crabgrass?
Well, you can't put this particular crabgrass control on if you're planning on seeding. They do have a special one that's made for seeding that prevents crabgrass, but it allows grass seed. How it distinguishes from crabgrass and regular grass, no idea. But if you want to have, you know, it's one of those things. If you want to thicken up your lawn, put some new grass seed in. You're really not going to want to put down a pre-emergence. So sometimes putting new seed on in the fall is a better time to get it established, and then in the spring wind up doing that. Another way too is just sometimes not a lot more fertilizer, but a proper amount of fertilizer to thicken up the lawn, and that helps prevent crabgrass a lot of times from coming up. A lot of times, go ahead.
What's a good seed that you recommend for the Cape?
For the Cape,
sandy soil.
Sandy soil. We started making. Jonathan Green started making a mixture for myself. That was our Cape Cod mixture. That was part of this Black Beauty. The Black Beauty is a turf type tall fescue, and it's predominantly the tall fescue with some perennial rye with a little bit of the bluegrass. It's one where, like I say, it's a little bit more drought resistant, doesn't need as much fertilizer, will withstand a lot of sandier soil conditions, and it's one where I cut more of that Cape Cod lawn, not the true Cape Cod lawn, because true Cape Cod lawns you don't mow for water, but it's one that handles the conditions out here very well. That's where some of the fescues come in. With the mixtures in there, you'll find that there is mainly that particular one will be for very sunny, sandy soils. Shade, on the other hand, is where you want some of the fine fescues, some of the bluegrass and some of the fescues, and that's the trade-off. If you have a lot of shade, sometimes it doesn't work as well. You'll find sometimes what I'll tell people to do is buy a sun and shade mix. And on this particular one right here, it's ryegrass, bluegrass, creeping fescue, and red fescue, and tall fescue. So it's kind of a little bit of everything in it. So and then where it's a little bit sunnier, add a little bit more of this. So at least you don't get that patchwork look. And a lot of times when you go to reseed your lawn, and next thing you know, you got light green, dark green, this and that over the years. You kind of want to find out what your grasses that you originally used you're going to use and try to save that ticket somewhere, which is almost impossible, or nail it on the wall of the garage. And because sometimes you'll find that you'll get a very fine fescue and it's real thin bladed and it mats down all the time compared to other types of grass that's grown in your yard. And that's a problem. A lot of times people will have bent grass. Have that bent grass in your lawn, and it seems like it rounds up first thing in the spring, and next thing you know, it's creeping along, and it's very bare, and so a lot of times you have all these different patchworks that are growing all over the place. Yeah, that's one of the bad features about the mix that we have. But I usually tell people, just when you come to that shady area, just add probably half of it with this mixture on top of the other one, so it still kind of blends somewhat together.